All it takes is caffeine and a dream. I'm 40. Cleaning up my space shouldn't be that hard. Cleaning up my MySpace top 8, however. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, I'm Fat Sajak. And 5 years ago, I made a fart joke. That's an impression of me doing an impression of Colleen Ballinger, doing an impression of what it would sound like if she missed the point entirely. And what a coincidence, because today we're going to be talking about Colleen Ballinger. It's been a minute. What? Who are you? How did you get out of here? So I'm currently working on a big old like Gabby Hanna Eris revisit, partial rewatch type deal. So that's requiring a little bit of my time, so hang tight on that. It's going to be episodic. It's going to be epic. It's going to be, well, it's going to be. But in the meantime, a lot of people have asked me to comment on Colleen's efforts to pretend Miranda Sings was ever funny, so much so that Colleen is attempting to revive the character in 2026, where the humor is missing and the points don't matter. Now, if you blinked your eyes 3 or more times during this intro, please make sure you're subscribed. It's good for your health and it prevents dry eye. You really don't need Ben Stein lecturing you about your eye moisture. Also, feel free to like the video or hype the video. It's free, and it won't hurt anything except fragile people's feelings. I also have a Patreon where we watch a lot of nostalgia content. Right now we are sailing through TMOG and TMOG2, as well as continuing I Love the 90s from VH1, and we recently watched Spice World. There's an ongoing suggestion box of goodies on its way of being fulfilled there. We do a book club. We have all kinds of good stuff going on there, in addition to there just being some really fun and funny people over there. So if you're interested in that, you can always join there. I try to keep that shit as low as Patreon will actually let me, because times are hard and having to pay for entertainment sucks. But so do copyright claims. So $1 gets you the goods. If you don't want to spend $1, fine, just give me 1,000. Just kidding, you don't have to pay me nothing. Just sit back and watch this, alright? Alright, enough shameless self-promotion. So Colleen Ballinger, who we have covered extensively on this channel. Feel free to see the playlist. I'll try to remember to link it up there. I'll really try hard to remember to link it down there. If not, I'm just going to need you to use your wilderness skills and find it on your own. So she has just begun to try to revive her storied and most questionable and controversial career with a 2-night engagement at the Laurie Beechman Theater in New York City, which I had never heard of, despite living in New York City and working and being a constant present in the theater district in New York City for many years. It is, in fact, a real place, and the show did, in fact, happen twice at that very real place. We broke that news here on this channel a while back, but despite our best efforts, the show must go on, am I right? So Colleen did both of her shows this weekend past, and according to random people who spent their parents' real money on this, the place was packed both nights. And by packed, I mean one night was sold out and the other had tickets available day of, and it's a 90-seat venue. So just under 200 people flocked to New York City to have what I can only assume was a really mild time. Now, we knew here on this here channel, Colleen had been testing out the waters of her career, talking about how much she hates her home life and misses touring, or at least the former part is what I took from it. So if that's not how you feel about your home life, Colleen, you may want to rethink the way you speak about your home life, because that was the takeaway. So just FYI. But nevertheless, she has spent a great deal of time lamenting about how she never saw for herself where she is right now, which is canceled and covered in chicken shit, with a house full of screaming children and a husband with a face more apathetic than every other cishet white middle class man in any scenario. Seriously, girl, like, we gotta change the way we talk about our family. Like, it's okay to talk about your struggles. It's okay to talk about how mom life is hard. It's okay to talk about how marriage is hard and life is hard, but like, shit. If you do it every day, people are just gonna assume that you hate your life and your children. Anyway, as I said, she's been toying with this idea of bringing back Miranda Sings. The funniest part about Miranda Sings is how unfunny Miranda Sings actually is. And not like in a, wow, that's ironic and I don't get it. Like, no, it's just deeply unfunny. And I'm pretty sure Miranda Sings could also double as a sleep paralysis demon. Anyway, she's been toying with that idea for far too long. Down to her vlogging about how her costumes for Miranda have been like shat on and eaten by rats in her storage area. Videos that she has made on her vlog channel to essentially like pacify her kids so she can work. Whatever that means. I heard she has a lot of emails. And more recently, Miranda Sings made her return to TikTok. Record. Listen, as an elder millennial, we really need to know when to stop doing shit like this. Regardless, I personally called this like well over a year ago. When she started alluding to like missing touring. Peter Brady. When she started alluding to like missing touring or her life not being where it used to be or where she expected it to be by now and all that other like pity me bullshit, I knew she was testing to see if she could do it again. It's like a kid who wants something and they're like, I wish I could have that. Oh, I like that. I wish I had one. You know, they want you to know that they want it and they want to like gauge your reaction to it. I am getting to a larger point. I'm just not doing it well. Now you have to remember in the grand scheme of things, and I don't mean this as like a give her a pass kind of thing. I just mean you actually have to remember that Colleen Ballinger still very much either does not know, does not care, or does not even think about what she actually did wrong to meet her inevitable cancellation. And honestly, we could probably drop the air quotes because Colleen's about as close as you can possibly get to an actual cancellation. Because quite frankly, her only current income that isn't investments or saved money or what have you is coming from that fuck-ass vlog channel. And hey, speaking of that vlog channel, Colleen has not uploaded a video in 2 weeks. Now I know for some people that's nothing, but Colleen vlogs like somewhere between 4 and 6 days a week. It's her only source of income right now. I mean, that I'm aware of, publicly at least. And she hasn't uploaded a video in 2 weeks and said nothing about it for 2 weeks. And let me be clear, that is not a complaint. I want to be very clear about that because every moment a vlog does not go up on that channel, an angel gets its wings and 3 little kids retain their privacy. That is a good thing. That being said, she absolutely has still been vlogging during this time. I have no doubt in my mind. She vlogged from the moment that Cody Tyler opened her mouth until she came back with fall vlog and then carried on. She has never put the camera down. She has never stopped vlogging just because it hasn't gone up on her vlog channel. She said it herself. She didn't stop vlogging during her cancellation at the suggestion of her therapist, who I feel pretty certain is a quack. But I digress. She did, however, take the time to make a community tab post just before the shows to assure her concerned and dedicated fan base who don't already pay for her Patreon, not only about why she's been gone, but where people can buy tickets if they like wanna or whatever. Sorry I haven't posted vlogs in a while. I've been working on a show I'm doing in New York City next week. There's a few tickets left. Wow, what a surprise. So many people in her comment section had no idea about this. And yet we all knew. It's not chronically online, it's DiGiorno. I would also like to point out that these comments under here have been egregiously filtered. Filtered as hard as Colleen's face on that camera of hers, you know. The one that made her look like, what's his face? The tall and lanky guy from The Little Mermaid. But this is wild. This is like next level shit. And when you look at the folks who see the truth about Colleen and her choices and her actions and these gas bangs of hers, there are numbers, like big ones, okay, right? Just thinking like from a mathematical perspective, right? Not like a there should be hate comments perspective. The internet is the internet. You'd be hard pressed to find a comment section devoid of not only hate comments, but criticism. The biggest tell that someone is highly filtering their comments is a complete lack of criticism. Gentle criticism, friendly criticism, constructive criticism, harsh criticism, any criticism whatsoever. Lack of criticism in your comment section tells me that you're either the most beloved person in the world or you're heavily filtering your comments, which is your right to do. I'm not saying it's not. And also, it encourages your haters to be more creative. So the fact that there's not even a shred of criticism in her comments tells me that they are likely being manually removed. Because all the comments on this post in particular were things like this, like turning pain into power, you go girl. What? And also, some of these are still kids. So glad you're going to perform again. If there was any way I could get to New York, I'd be there. My mom and I were supposed to get to see you in Santa Fe a few years back. I wish I could see your show live, but I can't drive and it's too far away for my parents to take me. I love and miss your vlogs. You're one of my favorite vloggers. Like, that's a kid. That's unmistakably a kid, right? I mean, I'd put a 99.5% chance on that. That's a kid. Anyway, again, please don't go find any of these people or anything. Like, don't harass them. Don't harass Colleen. We're just having a convo here, okay? Now, a few other channels picked up on the return of Miranda Sings. I didn't want to talk about it yet because I was waiting for the footage, the inevitable footage that there would be from this live show. My curious and chronically online ass was desperate to see what she actually would turn into content for a live show at this juncture in her career. What would there be to talk about? Would there be a ukulele? And my friends, there's no footage, not so far, which I also found really odd. Until I remembered that this is New York City, America's theatrical hub, if you will. In New York City theaters, they don't allow cameras. You cannot film, you cannot take pictures in a venue that only seats 90 because New York City theaters do not play. The ushers are actually legally required to lob off your hands at the sight of illegal video being taken. All right, no, they're not, but you can be removed from the theater or demanded to delete it. And then that got me wondering, is the fact that Colleen, I'm not a groomer, I'm just a loser ballinger, couldn't actually fill a 90-seat venue the reason she chose a small New York City venue? Or is it because she knew there'd be no footage to be disseminated after the fact? Maybe a combination of both. Maybe just the first one. Maybe it's Maybelline. Anyway, in case you were wondering, Colleen wanted you to know from her own Instagram mouth that there was in fact a ukulele with a censor bar, because that's hilarious. When you make a mockery of hurt people, most of whom hurt children, with a ukulele, and the response was only negative, and a call in and a call out to perhaps reassess the approach here, to the point that you ruined your own career instead of taking a shred of accountability, let alone to give these people who were hurt some closure, or at the very least a real honest apology. It's very important to then sell people tickets so they can come watch you not take that seriously live. Now, I get turning pain into art or whatever the fuck Gabby Hanna said in that song, but Colleen's pain is not the important pain. Not by a long shot. Because guess what? Her pain is
self-inflicted.
Yes, you should absolutely take things in your life that affect your life deeply and make them a joke if you can. It is a coping mechanism for many, including yours truly. That's just how we get through life. However, that unfortunately does not apply to grown women who had inappropriate relationships and conversations with children for extended periods of time. No pun intended. Who will soon be 40 and still cannot take a shred of real, actual, specific, out loud names and dates and situations specifically and as unmistakably as possible. Accountability for said action. Those jokes, the ability to joke about that, is not for you. If the pain is self-inflicted, you don't get to play. You stole fizzy lifting drinks, you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. Also, her husband seemed very excited to be on stage with his endlessly talented and adored by at least 90 people at a time wife. And something about SpongeBob and smacking her ass. Awesome. It's a shame we don't have clips, considering this looks like comedy gold. Oh, also, she brought Miranda back. And the comments on her Instagram are limited and heavily filtered as well. Can't see it, must not be real, or whatever. So what have we learned? Literally nothing. And we never will. Ever. Because as long as we can still fill a 90-seat venue in New York City, no one can stop the... I look forward to hearing about a show in Los Angeles soon. Alright, fuckers, I have better things to do than this. No, I don't. Yes, I do. Get out of here. Subscribe. Bye.
I said good day, sir.